Yanakoi means good morning in my language.
Good morning.
I'm Philip Williams from the Yurok tribe of Northern California. We are the largest tribe in California. I also want to thank EOPA for giving me this platform to speak, to let our voice be heard. I also want to thank President Biden's efforts in the Inflation Reduction Act. It's unprecedented. He's mentioned tribes many times through his term, and we are very thankful that there's a president and a leader that acknowledges tribal voices. A little about the Yurok people. You know, we have lived in this landscape since the beginning of time. In our oral traditions, we were taught by the Creator to live in this landscape. The Wagays, the people that glow, taught us how to live, taught us how to manage our resources. They taught us that we have a symbiotic relationship with every living organism in our landscape. We know that. But there's been devastation done to our environment, starting with the gold rush of 1849, where gold was extracted with unregulated techniques. Whole mountains were taken down in a matter of days, which impacted our salmon, which is our lifeblood that sustains our people. Logging practices, clear-cut logging that depleted our ancient redwood trees. Trees at the base are as big as this room and a quarter-mile high. Can you imagine how much air that would have cleaned today if we still had those trees right now? We know this. The third was the dam systems that were put in on our river. They choked off our river, which hurt our salmon. Now the temperatures of the river are not habitable for the Chinook salmon and all the animals that depend on that river system. We have had 3 fish kills in 20 years, which has never happened before. Bacteria, no oxygen. That has hurt our communities. We have nothing to sustain ourselves. We don't have an economy because of the devastation of the environment. We're a natural resources tribe. This is our religion. This is how we live. I'm thankful for organizations like EOPA to pursue climate change. They're aligned with our beliefs and our systems. But it's not enough. The Inflation Reduction Act is not enough for tribes. We need more. And it needs to be an easier system. The funding that's coming down, we just streamline the mechanisms to make it easier for tribes to access this. We've been doing this work before the awareness of climate change. Our duty is to restore our environment. We've made a big investment in our salmon restoration projects. We've done condor reintroduction. We're reviving all the animals that we've been in charge of. We need to stop making the red tape so difficult for tribes. We don't have the resources for matching funds for grants. We need direct funding that comes right to tribes. We can't have the red tape where every level of government is taking a chunk, where it finally gets down to us. We barely have enough to implement what we need to save our environment. This is very emotional. Think about my people suffering. You know, there's no economy there. It's time that we look at tribes, recognize us as people. This is the 21st century. We have every knowledge to restore our environment, traditional ecological knowledge. We are leading the traditional ecological knowledge with cultural fire right now. We manage our forests with cultural fire. What's significant about cultural fire is when we look back on history, when first contact came to our land, our landscape was on fire. And the Europeans didn't understand that. They thought we were just burning down the land. But this is how we maintained our forests for the animals, for the elk, for the deer, for all the squirrels. This is how we maintained it. There's a small group of people, and I hope you will join me, that tap into what we already know. We can teach these management practices to you. We can heal this land with what we already know. I'd like to thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you.